Miracles. Sometimes we are so caught up in that day-to-day, we forget to look up and see the miracles all around us. And one particular miracle has appeared in our very own community, Esther Dawson. No one knows where she came from, where she'd been, but her return has brought a miracle of hope. We might ask, what force of divine intervention has brought it to us? But perhaps at this time, questions have no purpose, because what we're seeing is a part of the greater mystery of our times.
No one knows the exact sequence
Who says what to who, but no one dares to say what they might be thinking.
It just simply is.
Was, and is now returned.
And admit.
Time melts away all sense of
Self.
And breathes and loses its purpose.
Weeks pass, Esther calls on those around her in ways that no one fully understands.
This is you when you were 8. Remember, Esther? I think it was a heat wave, midsummer. In this photo, it was the same year that you got your sandals stuck in the tarmac because the road was melting. Oh, and in this photo, you sprayed your dad with the fire hose while he was mowing the lawn. Look at his face. Totally shocked he was. You're a little mischief, remember? Dad isn't here anymore. We had a lot of arguing after you. He said I was obsessed. He was right, because all I could think about day and night was, one morning he just packed his stuff. You might not remember, but he was called Michael, your dad.
It would be good if you spoke. You used to speak like a box of starlings. Your chatter would drive me crazy, I'd say. Talk to me later, Esther. Let me finish dinner first. But after you, I miss my little chatterbox. Like you miss your own heartbeat. And here are some of your old drawings. You always loved to draw. There are stacks of these in your room. Remember how you drew? And yellow was your favorite color. These are things you have to remember, just in case anybody.
Now, this is your birth certificate. Make sure that you memorize it complete, the exact, just in case anyone.
You remember your birthday, don't you, Esther? How could you forget a thing like that?
Jen, I didn't see you come in.
Esther remembers everything, don't you? All the birthday parties, anniversaries, the time you lost your pet frog in Miss Jacob's lily pond. I bet it must be like running an old movie.
Of course she remembers. We were just having fun strolling down memory lane. Don't we, Esther? Remember this one? It's your school photograph. You were 12 at the time. We were going to get you braces, but...
Your taste must be still crooked.
Why don't you go put your kettle on, Jen? We have so parched from all this talking. Come on.
You don't ask to have sisters. Nobody asks if you liked one. They're just there one day, squealing, naked, just filling all the spaces, stealing all your stuff.
It was a relief at first, having her gone. We quarreled that day. She wore my brand new t-shirt without asking. I made her take it off. She stormed out of the house wearing this white outfit. I've never seen it before. I don't need your t-shirt, she said. Now I look how I feel. What did she even mean? That's the last I saw of her. Now I look how I feel.
Then later, much later, I started to think that maybe I had driven her away. There was this pain, a stab of love, and it wouldn't go away.
So what happened, Esther? while you were gone?
Miss Josie went up to ask her.
Did you run off with Justin?
That's what they said.
Did you have sex?
You look different.
When Miss Josie went up to bully her.
You look different.
Your eyes are bigger.
Your nose is smaller.
You used to wear cool stuff,
Why don't you talk anymore?
Miss Josie went up to bully her.
but she doesn't look like.
She's older, that's all.
She used to be cool.
So let me get this right. You think it's perfectly fine to fool some kid on us just because she wrote Esther's name on a piece of paper? Her profile matches that of your sister in every respect. Except in the very important respect that this isn't my sister. But,
We have undergone rigorous process.
but it's been weeks. I admit that that is a difficulty. So where does this leave us? Now that we've established a match, it's a question of finishing the paperwork, which requires your mother's signature. My mother's not in her right mind. She spent the last 3 years looking at a wall. Is she looking at a wall now? You think that question is relevant? And no, my mother's not still looking at a wall. She's found a new life since you dropped this kid over. She started singing around the house and making chocolate brownies. Well, that's nice. Nice. You think that's nice? What happens when she takes the scales off her eyes and sees that she's got a cuckoo in the nest? Isn't that what cuckoo finches do? Trick the mother bird into thinking they're the real deal? Don't believe there's any trickery involved here. Let's hope you're right, because if it's anything like the last time things fell apart, I'll be the one picking up the pieces.
Esther, can you come help me hang the bunting? I don't know how we're going to fit everyone in. Aunt Nadine just phoned to say she's bringing all the kids. And all the other relatives from Weimar are coming. What are you up to in there? Jen said it's too soon for an anniversary. I said it's about time we had a party in this house. Blow some cobwebs away. Let the past go. Are you going to help me, Esther? What on earth? Jen!
Well, if you weren't stealing them, what the hell are you doing with them?
What is going on?
These, all the stuff in her room.
What were you doing in her room?
Your gold necklace.
My jade bracelet.
Brenda's silver cufflinks.
And look, a pile of notes.
Have you been giving her money?
Where have you been getting this from?
You ask her.
Where have you been getting this from, Esther?
Well, didn't expect her to answer.
This has been a tough time for her.
So that's an excuse for her to take whatever she wants, is it? She's been rummaging through Grandma's attic, going through all her stuff. Her silver cutlery, her china cups. Did you know that?
Stop, please. I can't handle this now. Please, Jen, just... I want tomorrow to be a special day. I don't want... I'm sure there's an explanation. Let's get through the party tomorrow, and then we can deal with this. Come on, Esther. Let's go hang up the bunting.
She came to the guidance counsellor's office several times before the disappearance. There were nagging questions. Who am I? Where do I belong? How do people see me? I told her that this was just a phase of growing up. Of course, this never satisfied her. Esther could be quite stubborn. And after the disappearance,
I felt guilt.
I felt guilt.
I felt guilt.
I felt guilt.